Drop it.
Hello, good day. Welcome to our e-learning for today. And for today's video, we're going to discuss about the US government. And let's dive right into the things to do for today. You're going to patiently watch until the end of this YouTube video. And then you're going to do the worksheet that is attached in your class dojo. And I'm going to remind you that Socrative assignment will be on Wednesday. Alright? So let's dive into the main lesson for today. Let's go to the discussion. Let's click here. Now, United States government. Build on what you know. An American flag probably hangs in your classroom. Schools in all 50 states have the same national flag. We are all part of the same nation even when we live many miles apart. So government by the people. So the main idea here in this first page is our government is made by the people, of the people, and for the people of the United States. The United States has many regions like we described and explained for the past many weeks ago. The land and the ways people live can differ from place to place, yet all these people and places are part of the same nation. Our government is by the people. What does it mean? This means that the people hold the power to govern. We create the government. Our government is also of the people because each American citizen has a say in what the government does. A citizen is someone who is born in a country or who promises to be loyal to the country. The United States government is supposed to protect our rights and serve the common good. This means that the good of the whole population. This is why we say our government is for the people. So I'm going to summarize this lesson right now. I'm going to discuss right now the first page, the US government. So the US government has three parts. Number one, of the people. So the US government is of the people. So why? Because it is made up of people. The leadership is coming from the people itself. Next, by the people. So, by the people, which means that every person, every citizen in the United States have a say on the rules and decisions. So, the people will vote, will elect, or they can share the thoughts by rallying. Okay, so that's why it's by the people. And number three, for the people. Okay, so this government is for the common good of all people. So, every leader should serve the people because that government is for the people. As you can see over in this picture. Let's continue to the next page. So as you can see in the next page, you can see this is the Congress. So you can see that it's made up of the US senators and representatives, the vice president, and the speaker of the House. So these people over here, the senators and representatives, they make the laws in the United States. So let's go to this discussion. How the people rule. The United States is a democracy. A democracy is a system in which the people hold the power of the government. So you can see here that all the people of the United States, the citizens, hold the power of the government. The people decide who will lead them and what the government will do. So here you can see that all the people can have the power for the government and all the people can decide who will lead them using the election. Democracy takes several forms. In many small towns, every person votes on every rule and decision. This does not work well, however, for a huge nation. Imagine if millions of citizens had a vote on every law. It would take far too long to make a decision. So instead, the government of the United States is a representative democracy. A representative is a person who acts for a group of people. Citizens choose representatives to vote for them. Our representatives make day-to-day decisions for the government. They represent the voters. That is what makes us a democracy. So I'm going to explain to you right now the second and the third paragraph in a PowerPoint presentation. So here I'm going to discuss with you democracy. So democracy for different parts of the United States. When it happens in small towns, like for example, there are only like 100 to 500 people in small towns, people can have a vote for every decision or rule in their place. So if there are only 100 people, that's so manageable. Okay, so as you can see over here, there are only like 100 people or 50. However, the problem is that in big cities or the whole country, that's millions of people. And if everyone has a say in everything, that will take so long, okay? So that's why people choose a representative by voting them. So groups of people, millions of people will be selecting one person, and we call this one person as representative. So this person will represent these groups of people in any decision of the nation, okay? So US is a representative democracy, so which means that it is a group of people will be voting a representative to represent them in any decision or law or anything in the country. Alright, let's continue. Citizens decide who will represent them in elections. An election is the way voters choose people to serve in government. On election day, voters have the chance to cast their votes for the people they want to represent them. Whoever gets the most votes usually wins the election. Voting is the responsibility of citizens in a democratic system. So I'm going to summarize what is an election in this final paragraph over here. So let's discuss the election process in the United States. So number one, campaign. So the campaign process is like this one. So when you want to become the senator, a representative, a leader, you need to campaign. So you go into the stage, and if you want to become representatives or leaders, you're going to show your plans and promises, and so that people will want to vote you. Okay, so this is a campaign. Next, election day. So in election day, people will vote or select the leader they want to win the election. Okay, and whoever gets the most votes usually wins the election. So this is the election process. All right, let's continue to the third page. Liberty, equality, and justice for all. United States citizens generally agree on some basic ideas. We agree on the value of liberty. This is the freedom from control by others. We agree on the idea of justice and the role of law. This means that laws should apply to everyone in the same way. Before 1776, the states were colonies controlled by Great Britain. So as you can see, this is UK. All right. Many colonists wanted more liberty. They wrote the Declaration of Independence. It is said that all people are created equal, and that the people have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Colonists fought the British to win these rights. They established the United States. So we discussed this before, that the citizens before in the United States are from UK or the Great Britain. However, these colonists wanted more liberty from Great Britain. So that's why they wrote this Declaration of Independence, and they fought for many wars. And when these colonists won the war, they established the United States. So let's continue. The Constitution. Main idea. Our Constitution limits the power of government and divides the government into three branches. So the leaders of the United States wrote a constitution in 1787. Our Constitution tries to ensure liberty. So liberty is freedom, equality, so being equal, and justice for all. It includes the Bill of Rights, which protects our rights and liberties. It sets firm limits on the power of government. So Bill of Rights are the following. So we have the different liberties. So freedom to practice your religious beliefs. So you can be a Hindu, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian in the United States. And then you have freedom of speech. So you can talk, you can share your ideas whatsoever without the fear of persecution. All right. Next, we have the freedom of the press. So you can make newspapers, ads whatsoever, or even if you are a journalist, you will be free of saying what you think. And freedom of assembly. So if there are rallies whatsoever, you are free to do this. So let's go to the three branches of government. So again, the Constitution sets off three branches or sections for our national government. This helps prevent any one part of the government from getting too powerful. The legislative branch is the U.S. Congress. It makes the nation's laws. Congress has two parts, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Voters elect senators and members of the House. Both the House and the Senate meet in Capitol Building. So these both groups of people are actually meeting in Capitol Building. Now, let's go to the next one. The executive branch carries out the nation's laws. It is headed by the president, who is elected. The president lives and works at the White House. Finally, we have the third branch, the judicial branch. It includes the federal courts. It decides questions about the nation's laws. The Supreme Court is the country's highest court. It has the power to decide which laws are allowed by the Constitution. Judges and justices in the judicial branch are not elected. They are chosen by the president and approved by the Senate. So I'm going to summarize these three branches of U.S. government right now. The three branches of U.S. government. So we have number one, the executive branch. So the executive branch carries out the nation's laws. So as you can see here in this picture. So headed by the president. And in number two, we have the legislative branch. So makes the nation's laws. So as you can see here, these people, they make the laws of the nation. And who will carry that laws? That will be the president. Okay, that will be the executive branch. And the legislative branch has two main parts. We have the House of Representatives and we have the Senate. So these two groups of people are what we call the Congress, and they make the laws of the nation. And finally, we have the judicial branch. So we have this one, as you can see over here. So they are the federal courts, and judges and justices are chosen by the president, not elected. So as you can see in your book, executive branch and legislative branch, they are elected by the people. However, there's only one branch that is not elected, and that is the judicial branch. They are chosen by the president, and it should be approved by the Senate, okay, so that there will be judicial branch. So let's go to the lesson summary. The many people of this country are united under our government. Our government is based on values of liberty, equality, and justice. The Constitution limits the power of our government. Why it matters? The United States government unites Americans through shared values of liberty and justice. So that's the end of our reading part. So let's go to the lesson review. I want you to look for the meaning of representative, election, citizen, and answer some parts of this lesson review to study or prepare you for the Socrative task on Wednesday. All right? So let's go to the worksheet for today. I'm going to show you the worksheet for today. So you're going to answer again these questions 1 to question number 7. And you're going to answer citizens, democracy, representative, and election. And the pages will be here in pages 4, 5, 6. All right? So that's it. That's your worksheet for today. You know what to do over here. And for the daily reminders, I'm going to remind you that you need to watch the YouTube video, do the worksheet, send it to my email, and do not forget to do your Socrative on Wednesday. So that's the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. This is Mr. John signing off. Thank you and goodbye.